Top Notch family, what is going on? So, in today's video, we are going to be doing a Chicago Bulls offseason preview. With the Chicago Bulls officially eliminated from the play-in slash playoffs, they lost to the Miami Heat about 5 minutes ago. We're going to be breaking down the future of this team. Now, we're going to be doing this for every single team that does get eliminated. Let me know what team should I be doing next. Now, before we do start today's video, though, if you guys enjoy NBA content just like this, I appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button. We're super close to reaching 10.7K, and I couldn't do without you guys. So anyways, let's get back in today's video. So we're going to first start talking about how they finished the season and, what was their record and all that good stuff, right? So the Chicago Bulls, they finished off the year being the 9th seed, right? They were 39-43. They obviously, well, not obviously, but their conference record is 28-24. Their home record was 18-23, and their away record was 21-20. They finished off the season strong, finishing 7-3, and was also on a 3-game win streak. Then they matched up with the Miami Heat, which Miami Heat, I feel like, beat them every single time they get into the play-in. The Miami Heat have like their number at this point. Now, what I will say, though, I believe the Chicago Bulls do have something brewing, right? I do think they have something special, right? It all started when Zach LaVine got traded to the Sacramento Kings, right? Now, what I'm going to show you on the screen right here is their record. So when we look at it, right, the Chicago Bulls record without Zach LaVine is 21-19. Now, it's nothing crazy. It is a winning record. And then this is the Chicago Bulls. I believe this is like earlier in the year or something like that. But 21-19 without Zach LaVine, you wouldn't really expect that because when you look at the Chicago Bulls roster, it's not the deepest, it's not the best, but they played better basketball because when Zach LaVine got traded, other players stepped up, the young guys, mainly the Josh Giddey trade. And everybody was talking about, the Chicago Bulls got ripped off. They gave up Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder, this and that. But when we look back at this trade, Josh Giddey has been performing, I'm not going to say at an all-star level, but him and Kobe White are literally the future of this team because they've been playing amazing basketball and they're only going to get stronger. They're only going to get better. So I say those are the two positive things so far about the Chicago Bulls team. They have something to look forward to, right? A lot of these teams usually don't have much to look forward to, but the Chicago Bulls do, right? So besides that, obviously, we're going to talk about Josh Giddey and Kobe White a lot in this video. Don't get me wrong, right? We got to look at the future Chicago Bulls free agents, right? Because when you see it, Josh Giddey right here is going to be a free agent, right? That's going to be the big thing. How much do they pay him? I'm sure he wants to be in Chicago because he fits perfectly, right? When Josh Giddey was on the Oklahoma City Thunder, after a couple of seasons, it wasn't a good fit. The Chicago Bulls is a good fit because he could play Josh Giddey basketball, which made him so good. You know what I mean? So that's the big one that you definitely got to lock down for sure. You need to bring him back. Then you got Javon Carter and these other guys. Not too worried about them. Trey Jones, if you want to bring him back, sure. I thought he was solid on the San Antonio Spurs. I thought he was solid with the Chicago Bulls. But I feel like the Chicago Bulls just have so many guards on their roster that you might not even need to bring them back. So those are the Chicago Bulls free agents. Now, when we look at the Chicago Bulls team payroll, which I'm going to show on the screen right here, this is the Chicago Bulls team payroll, right? You got Lonzo Ball. You just paid him. He's going to be here for a while. I think Lonzo Ball, he's going to be fine, right? He's coming off injury. He's going to be cool. The big thing is trading Vučević. You got to let go of Vučević. Vučević, he doesn't need to be on the Chicago Bulls. He doesn't. You got to find a way to trade him, even if you take the L on it. You can afford to take an L on Vučević right now. You could. You got to trade Vučević. I think that's the main part of the offseason. Finding a trade partner for Vučević. You found a trade partner for Zach LaVine. Vučević was supposed to be traded during the trade deadline. Never got it done. He's 34 years old. You got to move on from him, right? You want to go a little bit younger. If you notice, he's literally the oldest on the team. The oldest besides him is Javon Carter at 29 years old. Think about that, guys. Javon Carter. Everybody else is early 20s. You have to figure a way to get rid of him. He has $21 million and he's an expiring deal. I feel like it could be easy. Now, another thing that is hurting this Chicago Bulls team is Patrick Williams. Patrick Williams is 23 years old. We definitely expected a little bit more from him, but he just hasn't really lived up to the draft stock that he got drafted. He just hasn't. So I don't know if obviously he's paid right till 2029. He's making $18 million. I feel like the Chicago Bulls are going to keep Patrick Williams, but he needs to improve his game drastically. He needs to, because he has not played great at all. And I'm going to show his stats after this, but it's not good, right? For Kevin Huerter, I personally think you should keep him. I think Kevin Huerter has been stepping up, right? He's been hitting some shots. It's always good to have shooters on your team for sure. Same with Zach Collins. Zach Collins, a nice backup center, 27 years old, has always been good, right? Kobe White, you need to find a contract extension right away. You need to pay him right away. You need to. Simple, right? Because he's going to be going into the year making about, what, $12.8 million? He's going to want more after that season that he had. Trey Jones, we talked about it. You can either sign him or let him go. Jalen Smith didn't really play too much. Josh Giddey's a big one. We discussed that. Ayo, it's weird because Ayo, I thought he was going to be part of the future, and I'm slowly thinking he's not part of this future. I just feel like I don't know. I don't know about him. So he's going to be the big question mark. What do you do with Ayo? Then this is the big three that I have a lot of. Montas. He's only 20 years old, and he has taken leaps. He has grown and got better throughout the year. Josh Giddey, Kobe White, and Montas has been awesome. Those are the three guys that you look at and say, okay, this is the future of the Chicago Bulls. They're only going to get better. Then only if Patrick Williams could play it out and been that guy, he could have easily been that 4, and you could easily find a center. But I think you got your three guys, Kobe, Giddey, and Montas. Simple as that, right? Dalen Terry, in my opinion, I don't think he's the greatest. I think he's awful. Taylor Horn-Tucker is going to be a free agent, and then you go from here, right? So that's your team going into the offseason. You need to make sure you keep your big three. Now, when we look at the Chicago Bulls team stats, and this is where we're going to get into breaking it down. Obviously, Zach LaVine is not on the team. The leading scorer is Kobe White. He played 74 out of 82 games, averaging 20 points a game, 4.5 assists, and close to 4 rebounds. Josh Giddey leads the team in assists and steals. Montas leads his team in blocks, almost averaging a block a game. Vučević is averaging a double-double, cool. But Josh Giddey and his number, if Josh Giddey, obviously it took him time to find his groove and get his momentum, but he's around that 28-9. He really is. He can average a triple-double. That's how amazing he is, right? So 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Perfect. Kevin Huerter, 13 points a game. Ayo only played 46 games. Very concerning. 46 out of 82, playing half the year. This is when I say Patrick Williams. Now, he does, number-wise, this is why I don't look at numbers sometimes, because he has better numbers than Montas, but Montas' impact is way better than Patrick Williams. Simple as that, right? 9 points a game, 3.8 rebounds, 2 assists. He needs to play better basketball. Simple. Lonzo Ball, he's going to be perfectly fine. I think you could put him off the bench. He could play. I think you need a backup point guard. And this is why I don't think you bring back Trey Jones. You already paid Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball come off the bench, and that's fine. I think your core could be Kobe, Giddey, Montas, Lonzo. You can keep Zach Collins for the presence, the veteran presence, Kevin Huerter. You know what I mean? Like, this team could be fine. So these are the numbers for the Chicago Bulls this past season that just passed by. Now, when we look at the Chicago Bulls future draft picks, so these are their future draft picks coming up. 2025, round 1 via Portland, protected 1 through 14. Then you have your own first-round pick, and then you have a second-round pick via Sacramento, no protections. Then going in 2026, you have 1 first-round pick. 2027, you have 1 first-round pick, 1 first-round pick in 2028, and 2 second-round picks. So 1, 2. So you have about a few draft picks, of course, right? So that's the draft situation. We'll figure out when the balls drop and all that other good stuff. But I think that's the future for the Chicago Bulls. Obviously, you're improving each year. You're only going to get better. I think the connection is going to get better with all the young guys that you had. You finished off as the 9th seed. Maybe next year, if you play Giddey, Giddey plays how he's playing, Kobe White was playing how he's playing, you might get to that top 6. Now, these are some free agents that you could possibly look at. But I necessarily wouldn't pay anybody big. Like, I'm not going to go out there and pay for a superstar. I don't think the Chicago Bulls need to do that. I don't. You can get some role players, fill out the bench unit, stuff like that. But free agency doesn't really exist no more, especially in the NBA. Everybody just gets signed to contracts and boom, or trades, right? So let me know in the comment sections, what do you guys think about the Chicago Bulls offseason preview? What would you guys do different? And also let me know what team you guys want me to do next. Once again, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And your boy's out. Peace.